I'm a bad mood, gotta keep it tight. Hold my baby squid, keep him out of sight. Talking about my life, government, stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey guys, how are you? No, I don't. My dad is here.
Hello.
Papa Squid in the house. So he's sorry, I look like, it's been a day. But him and I were talking about this connectivity issue and this internet issue and some of the settings. When I did hardwire in, I didn't change some of the settings on my computer, mainly turning off my Wi-Fi for one, and it defaulted to Wi-Fi even though it wasn't, even though I was hardwired in. So my computer never realized that I was hardwired in. So because he was doing some speed tests and some stuff. So we are just hanging out and we're going to see how this works. So everybody's saying hi. Like, Kevin, hey, happy Thursday. I don't have your email. Sorry. Hey, Papa Squid. It is, yeah, she's in the other, baby Squid is so happy to have Grandpa here that she is having a Gmail. But there's my email. So far, so good. See, hold on a second. So I'm still getting the poor connectivity issue, but it's not as bad. So it might be a little bit better. And hey, King Paco, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been? So I'm just showing my dad what I see from the streaming side. You'll see I get I'll get this unstable connection. Mm-hmm. So it, kind of that situation. So far I'm better. So even with hold on one second. Grandpa walked away from her and she got mad, but I wanted to see how so he could see because we get StreamYard gives a little, you get a little Wi-Fi signal. And when you have a poor connection, how you only get one bar on the Wi-Fi, it shows you that. So, oh, you've been playing your Nintendo Switch. Are you addicted? Do you need help? Oh, King Paco, it's been an interesting ride here. My internet's been an issue. I switched back to StreamYard since you've been gone. So because of the fact that Streamlabs I liked, but it was just a little over my head, and it was operator error a lot of the times. So it was over my head. But we've been covering some interesting cases. However, I've had some internet issues, and the guy's coming back out on Saturday, but my dad tested the connection somewhere in a couple places in my house, and it was stupid. I have a couple of other smart devices that when they're hardwired with Ethernet, when they're hardwired in, they default to the hardwire. And when they're yelling at each other. So I'm glad it looks better, even with a poor connection, that it's still having an issue. So we're making progress. At least we're still getting dropouts and stuff, but every time that I do it or it happens, I'm taking I'm taking screenshots of the app so that I can prove when they say, oh, it looks good on our end. I'm going to be like, no, bitches. Here. but there was a couple of things, and I did not realize that my computer was not smart enough to realize that it was hardwired in, and I had to change and make sure that in the settings that the Ethernet was connected. Well, I'm thinking that there's moisture in some of the lines because we get dropouts at least like 5 to 6 times a day where our internet goes out for like a minute. Upload, download, the whole kit and caboodle. We lose it. Our Eero devices turn red. Like it's awesome. Like, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Taz. Prayers for you. It seems like this week has just sucked. And I have nothing planned for this stream. This was like an impromptu, like, that I am the only. So I'm by default the favorite. But my parents and I were talking about what my dad's going to do when he retires because his clock is ticking. He's only got 3 months, 2 months left. 2 months left of work before he retires after 42 years ish. And I told him, I was like, I figured out something for you to do when you retire, when you move down here. You can be my editor. Yes, so only and by default the favorite. Yes. But for those of you who I told who I mentioned that my sister-in-law is with child, she is having a girl. So it's girl dads all around. And there's the upside. Like there's the upside. She didn't happen to live in Wisconsin, did she? Because my friend's mom passed away today as well. So that's yeah. However, they always default to their grandbaby nowadays. Yep. You realize as a child when you become a parent, and I became a parent later in life. I was 36. Like I will be 40 this fall. I will be 40 at the end of summer. Holy goodness. Yeah, there's Hulk Hogan passed away. It was Malcolm Jamal Warner first. Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan. There is a my mom likes jazz, and there is a jazz trumpet player who passed away. I guess he's a legend in his craft. I don't know, but he passed away this week. And my friend's mom passed away. My other friend's mom passed away 2 weeks ago. Like it's just not been a good month for people leaving this world. You do glitch in and out. I'm watching it on the laptop and TV. It's like it's stuttering. Okay. Well, is it better than it has been? Because he's still coming out. The guy's still coming out on Saturday, and we're still making Chuck Mangione. Thank you for that. I could not remember. Oops, should have read the room first. Hi, Zach. How are you? What do you mean you should have read the room first? My dad is here. Way better. Okay, so at least we're getting yeah. Yep. Yep. So I'm on my phone and it's been perfect so far. All right, and I do have it. I do have it at 7:20. So I'm gonna play a video and see if that helped or what that does. I just have to find the one I was gonna play. Like I said, this was completely like my dad and I were discussing it, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, how about we try this? Or did you do this? And it was like, no, I hadn't even gotten that far. So y'all, when this plays on someone's Discord server later tonight. So I'm still getting the low. I mean, Biden still got cancer and Trump's got cankles. I mean, not really my genre of music. The last time that I paid attention to any of that was high school. Because I was in jazz band in high school. Yes, I was that kid. I played the saxophone in high school. So it's not my only my only instrument, but it's one that I play off. Or come on, I'm looking for the video. This is what I sent. Okay, and this is what I sent. Has he peed on the Alamo? Thanks, Zach, for the $1.99 super chat. Oh, the fish, the fish picture makes me laugh every time I see it. No, you should go check out Camelot 331. He did a whole entire stream on how GameStop was stapling the receipts to the boxes, and Nintendo apparently packaged them funky with the screens right at the top of the box. Yeah, me too. Second chair alto sax. I originally played the flute. I was that girl. However, I only played the saxophone in high school because jazz band played at the basketball games. Well, I was in 8th grade and I got into the high school because we lived in a small town. So, not enough people in the high school. So they would recruit like 7th and 8th graders too. I learned how to play the saxophone specifically so that I could get into basketball games for free. Band nerds unite. I knew I liked you. Oh, and I'm going to the gym at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So, yeah. All right. So this is the other video I kind of wanted to play in regards to the the Sarah Grace Patrick. And this is the video about from Scott Rouse. If you don't follow Scott Rouse, you should. He's a body language guy, but he's worked with various 3-letter agencies. So we are going to, don't even start, Zach. I'll get Rosalind in here just to, I'll get Rosalind in here just to time you out. Let's see. Hey, Roy. Sounds and looks way better. Good. I'm still getting the low signal. However, at least it's not dropping out, we're definitely making progress. And we're just going to play a little bit of this. We're not going to play everything. But, oops, speaking of Roz, I think I need to talk to her. Go for it. Squid, don't mean to change the subject, but can you find out how doctors and hospitals can charge a facility fee? Some over $1,000 just to be in their building. Yeah, I and Lori, email me on which facility you are talking about. Are you talking about hospital or like subacute or long-term care? Because facility fee, I don't know how the doctors can do it, but the hospital itself. So the doctors itself can't, I don't know if they can, but the facility fee is like electric, paying your maintenance guys, your air conditioning bill, maintenance on your building, cutting the grass, maintaining your lawn, maintaining the parking garages and all of that. Because there's a hospital in your city with a few parking garages that are like 10 stories high. So they have to all that stuff needs to be maintained. Your IT guys to maintain the equipment. It's just maintaining the facility. And unfortunately, that shit, when you work in 700 bed hospital, gets fucking expensive. When you think those lights are on 24/7, 365, there are no breaks. You think a 1,500 square foot house has a $240 electric bill, and I try to maintain the you try to conserve energy. They don't. Computers are always on. The computers really don't get turned off at night. They get put in sleep mode. So like you got to think of like that shit adds up, and unfortunately that shit is expensive, and unfortunately the charges get passed down to you. So, and this is not really and this is the time when y'all can ask anything you want, because this is literally just a test stream. I'm just making sure that my shit is working, and I changed a couple of settings, and before I try to stream about something that I want to talk about, I want to make sure that it works, and a test stream is always the best way to do it. Have I filled my Amazon wish list? I don't see it anymore. I do have, that's not so much a facilities fee though. That's your people. Facility is just maintaining the building and the grounds. Also security. Yes. About housekeeping. Yeah. Security, your IT guys, all your support staff that aren't actually your patient forward people. Your maintenance guys, your AC guys, when you have to contract out to fix the crack in the pavement, or the potholes in the parking lot, because, Wisconsin. So, yeah, negative. Oh, that, Barbara, you bring up a really good point. Negative and positive pressure rooms in buildings are expensive. Yeah, negative pressure rooms are expensive to maintain. So you're doing a little birthday Amazon wish list for you soon. When is your birthday? You should have everyone power up their devices and connect to the internet. Well, right now my dad's on the internet. The little one, her iPad is on the other side of the room still playing. So your computer is still on, right?
Yeah, but I'm not wired into anything. I'm not streaming anything. Well,
we have the dude is home, so his phone is connected. He's not using it right now, but I'm still getting the low power or the low signal, but it's not at like that. But it's not as, no one's really complaining that it
does. YouTube have settings?
Not
because right now if that's a YouTube, that may not be that box. That may be YouTube itself. If there's a setting on there that's not being accepted.
So Steve, we have a lot of devices connected right now. Your electric was $262 Canadian, but that was for 2 months. Yeah, mine. We have this thing called prime peak hours during the summer. So from like 2 to 7 p.m. from like June, July, August, and I think September, it gets twice as expensive. So we have Vive. It's the only one. I think we have Frontier is the only other one here, but Frontier is slow. Like they don't have the speeds that I need. So it
should be great for Halloween.
We have one option. We have two options, but the other option's quite expensive. And I did talk to Mr. Squid about it last night, and his first words to me was, the equipment is really expensive. Like, that I know. That I know. So trust me, I called 3 other companies to see if they covered our area, and they don't. So I can't even get the 5G like plug-in internet from AT&T or T-Mobile. So I can't. I went to the AT&T store yesterday. I can't. They don't cover us. Your internet needs messed up. Yeah. Frontier Airlines is the first problem in your cable. Barbara, I worked for Frontier Airlines. So Barbara, if you know anything about airlines, you know that somebody bought that airline and Frontier at the same time. And yeah, with my broken tail. The poor tail on my mom's plane is busted. I think we might be able to get HughesNet. I don't know. But this is the fastest internet. Frontier is the greyhound of the skies. Well, Frontier is something. I'm not really sure what it is. Yeah, I went to the AT&T store. I called T-Mobile and I went to Verizon's website, and none of them cover my address. So our only other option besides this for the speeds we need is Elon, and that shit's expensive. That shit's really expensive. And I love you guys, but I don't make nearly enough money to cover that every month. I'm balling on a budget here. So I need to try 1080 with these changes. Let me do that. Camera. I don't want to go to 1080 because holy crap. Oh, I can't go to 1080. I have to change that before I guess I have to change that before I start. So I don't know. But we are going to try to see if this works when playing a video. This is the Scott Rouse is amazing. He's part of the behavioral panel. If you don't follow them, you really should. They are a group of guys who work with the G5, and a whole bunch of and that's my fear. And I since I use so much internet, I'm never. But he talks about Sarah Grace Patrick, and this is some of the stuff I've been saying. When I watched this video, I was like, oh my God, what I've been thinking makes sense. And hey, Calvin.
Show on News Nation, we talked about Sarah Grace Patrick. Now, she's the girl who killed her parents. She's a TikTok influencer. We took a look at her body language at the eulogy she gave at their funeral and her body language when she would put out videos on TikTok. And we compared them. And we talked about the things that were missing.
That freaking TikTok with the mascara just makes me cringe. I don't know why, but I'm going to skip to where he's talking to Ashley.
Her mother and her stepfather were shot to death in their own bed back in February. Sarah Grace Patrick, then a 16-year-old girl in Georgia, could have turned inward, processing the shock and the grief in private. But that was not Sarah Grace's way. Within days, she was sharing her grief on the internet with mascara streak videos like this one.
That's creepy. Like, I don't understand. What is with kids these days putting shit like this on the internet? And I don't want to get, I don't want News Nation to copyright strike me, so I'm skipping through this video. But we're going to get to where her and Scott Rouse talk, because his insights are amazing.
Murder for all the world to see. For that, I turn to our friend Scott Rouse, who has trained alongside the FBI, Secret Service, and the U.S. military intelligence folks in behavior and body language. He co-hosts a podcast called...
And I repeat this, military intelligence is an oxymoron. Any vets, you know. And if you were in military intelligence, I apologize.
Have you on again. Just take me to that little piece that we just watched, the dramatic, devastated teenage girl that the rest of us see as a kid crying on a stage. I have a feeling you see something different.
Yeah, it's really different. This is similar to, but a little bit different from the JP Miller situation we looked at a while back, where we're seeing things that she thinks we want to see. She's acting the way she thinks she should act. This is not the way someone who is grieving like that acts in a normal situation like this. So we're not seeing what we should see from an emotional perspective. However, she's in nirvana for this personality type. She's on stage. Just look at me. Look, I'm feeling, grief, and you're feeling sorry for me. It's all performative, but this is nirvana for her and that personality type.
And that's
so what should we be
and that's what I was trying. Like, it looked like a bad acting job. It looked like Amber Heard. a wannabe Amber Heard. Like she wants to be the center of attention, and she wanted to act like she was feeling emotion, but she had no emotion to show. So she doesn't actually know what, and that's what made me think psychopath. I'm not a doctor, not a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. I'm nothing. However, hey, we cops relied on this stupid report, Squid. I'm just saying. No, he's just saying from his perspective, from what I take from what he's saying. He's not diagnosing her. He's just saying that her personality type is the type that likes to be the center of attention, and she's a TikToker. She was wannabe TikTok star. Like, her personality is like, look at me, that kind of, Military intelligence is where commanders send their profile soldiers in the army just to look at the most battalion SU officers. Yeah, Ariana Grande tears. Sorry. So, but it was what I was. It looked like a performance, and it didn't look like what would be real. It was looking like what she thought people wanted to see, which is like a YouTube thing. I've seen some of it with people on YouTube. I've seen some of it with people on Facebook who are trying to get bigger. I've probably done it myself. I am not immune to this either. But you act like what you think people want to see, and not what you actually feel. And I noticed myself doing it from time to time too. But like, she is 16. Well, now she's 17, but like, she was 16 at the time. So it's all performative. Her birthday is in April. Attention seeking. Yeah. Like, people are crazy. I'd rather get high. Yeah. But once we get through this video, if everything works through this video and we don't have a shutdown, I'm going to just call it a night. Because my dad's got to get going. So what did Pops do? Let me guess some settings. No, it was me being stupid. It was when I hardwired in, I mistakenly thought that my computer would be smart enough to realize that it was hardwired in and not default to Wi-Fi. But that we're still getting internet drops. It happened like twice today. Outside of me streaming, my internet went down twice today, or our Eero devices turned red. But this at least fixed part of the issue. And if it can fix a part of the issue and at least make it tolerable for y'all to watch me, because I did get a comment, and bless this woman's heart. Like, I'm not mad at her by any means, but she was like, I'm sorry about your internet issues, but this is unwatchable. And I'm like, I get it. It's one of the reasons that I was getting so frustrated. Because it was frustrating the hell out of me, because it was like, it was hard for me to stream, let alone hard for you to watch. Tell Pops to check your router's traffic prioritization. Yeah, that was going to be next on our list. But when he changed this, I was like, well, before I stream again, and I actually stream about stuff that, we have something important to talk about or documents to read, your internet has something in common with Laura Owens. It swallows or doesn't swallow. I'm confused. Where it doesn't. Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I went and bought a brand new cable. The Cat 5e cable that I had was only like 8 feet long, or 7 feet long, and that wasn't going to reach here to there. So I went and I bought a 25-foot. Oh, it sucks. Okay. I'm slow and I'm tired, okay? Like, went down twice. Oh, God. Both of those jokes, Kevin's and Roy's, went over my head. So I've only been here a couple minutes, but it's so much better. Good. At least I'm still getting the low signal from time to time, but it doesn't seem to be as bad as, I walked into it. I walked into it. I did. I had to get a Cat 6e cable because my Cat 5e cable wouldn't have reached anyway. So be nice, guys. Be nice. If Cody was nice to me, where would be the fun in that? But I did defend him on Twitter. Not he needed my defending, but Cody, you should explain that one for yourself. Hey, Deborah, how are you? So we've been here for half an hour, and it looks like even though I'm getting a low signal right now, it doesn't seem to be affecting as much as it did, which is, yay, we can make it through a stream without me having to go, hold on, guys, my internet's down. Hold on. So that's one issue. That is one issue. So yes. Yay. There's half the battle. All right. So there's a couple of things. So we will finish this video. I'm going to go spend time with my family because my dad is here and he's not here for long. So, I know I'm like, life is taking over from our side. We don't see you in low resolution, and I am in 720. So I am in high def. He's a Marine. He takes the hill and asks why. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and helping me. My Amazon. So right now I have Baby Squid's Amazon list. Do you want my Amazon list, like the household one, or do you want hers? Because I have two. I just made hers because it was her birthday. So it's the list. I constantly have hers that I give out to our family and friends. But I have mine too, which is like the channels, which is like our housewarming our housewarming list that we just, it's like our housewarming list that I'm going to get for either my home gym or the house eventually anyway. Why not both? Baby. So I will give, and there is a section on the list for the little one. It's just not as big as her own list, but that's her birthday list that I like give out to, family and friends for birthday and Christmas. So that's I don't know. That's one that's like, but I can give this one too. So in the description of the video is Baby Squids. I will, if I can figure out how to, my dad and Mr. Squid are having a conversation. So it's interesting to listen to. Save changes. Why am I being like Amazon illiterate right now? There we go. Hoi. Here is mine for the channel as a whole. There is a couple of things on there for her as well. But mostly it's just the house as a whole, which is important for her. But I'll be putting stuff on there for my my home gym too, so that when I start doing streaming setups from out there, I need to figure out how I'm going to set up. I have a picture out of my garage that I put on my community page. So if y'all want to give me any advice on where you think a good camera would go, I do have to share that garage with a golf cart and life. It's not all mine. I feel like I take over at this house. You should still look at a new router. The newer models have some nice features, faster connections for multiple devices. And they gave us their new router. he replaced it when he came out here to look. They're coming Saturday, so if y'all all have any ideas on what to ask, I think it's moisture in the line that's causing the drops, but it seems to be doing better now that it's hardwired and actually like set up like that. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thanks for helping me make sure that it's work. And Kevin, I did get your email. I will send you a couple of those pictures. And thanks to everybody who did purchase stuff off the list. She opened a couple of things that she saw, but I'm keeping the rest until tomorrow night. That way I can keep what's YouTube people and family separate, so I don't get confused. So never say with ISP routers they are doo-doo, an ISP modem and your own high quality router. So we have 2 coax. We don't have fiber out here. We don't have fiber. I live off the beaten path. I live between BFE and the sticks. So, it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys helping me out. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you tomorrow. Doing some family stuff in the morning, but I will probably stream any What the Hails updates that come through. Hopefully, and I have a couple more documents that were sent to me. I have the divorce papers. I mean, it's pretty stupid and basic. It's 1 page, but it just seems pretty like something's hinky. And the more you learn, the more you're like, huh? Shit's not adding up. But I have questions. All right. But you all have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.